Christmas is not about giving people meaningless gifts. It's about giving people things that actually mean something. And it doesn't have to be a material item. And this is the big lesson from the first part of tonight's show. We all think that the only way to signal to people that we value them is to get them gifts. That, from my perspective, from the perspective of the Bandido, that is a mistake. Because there's something, folks, that's really important here. When we think of Christmas, what do we always think of? We always think of a physical gift. Who am I going to buy for this year? What worthless crap am I going to give out this year? What meaningless thought am I going to put into buying this worthless crap? That's what it's become. An obligation, a duty. But you see, this is the thing. We always think that a gift has to be physical. It has to be some material item. And you know what? In the 21st century, in 2025, many people have been psyoped into believing that that is what just has to be done at Christmas. That's what just has to be done. You just have to give physical presents and gifts to other people that have no meaning, they are worthless, they aren't practically useful. You just have to do it because it's an obligation and a duty. It's just the thing that you do. No thought going into it. The brain is not being engaged. Autopilot. Have to get it done. Tick Betty off the list. Tick Cornelius off the list. Tick Pedro off the list. Tick the Bandido off the list with his Santa Claus socks. It's a duty. And most people think at Christmas you have to get physical gifts. Well, let me tell you something, folks. You can always buy more crap. There is an infinite amount of crap in the world. You can find crap in your house to give to people. You can find crap in the many thousands of shops that are around you. There's no end to the crap, the worthless crap that you can buy. It's infinite. But I'll tell you something that is not infinite. And it is finite. And you will run out of it someday. I will run out of it someday. You will run out of it someday. And you can never make more of it. You can never get more of it. And you know what that is, folks? Your time. Time is a resource that you can never get back. Whenever 60 minutes pass, you can never get those 60 minutes back. And there will come a day in your life when you will run out of time. And that is why time is so precious. And not only time, but also your attention. And I would put these into one. Your time and your attention. And the reason why I bring attention in also is because, sure, you can go and meet up with, Aunt Marge. You can go meet Aunt Marge and you can sit there for 60 minutes. Twiddling your thumbs on your phone. And then see whenever it hits 9 o'clock. All right, Aunt Marge, see you later. Yes, I punched in my time. I can get my little list out and tick Aunt Marge off the list. I spent 1 hour with Aunt Marge. But it was a worthless hour. You put no thought into the hour. You didn't give Aunt Marge your full attention. You didn't invest that time wisely. So this is the thing, folks, and this is the essence of Christmas. When you really think about it. The resource that is finite is not the worthless material crap that people are buying in the shops and handing out to other people without any thought. The resource that is finite is your time and your attention. Because someday you will run out of time. And when you run out of time, you will not have any more attention either, because the lights will be off. And when the lights are off, you have an inability to dedicate attention to anyone. So someday you will run out of time and you will run out of the ability to give attention to other people. And this is the thing, folks. This is the big lesson from the first part of tonight's show. Instead of engaging in this meaningless cycle of gift giving, just so that you can reciprocate, just so that you can offload the psychological debt that comes with someone giving you a gift that you didn't even want, and that's a heap of shite. Instead of engaging in this worthless cycle of just giving gifts out of obligation, without any thought, without any meaning behind it, instead of engaging in that, I'll tell you what the most powerful gift is of all the gifts that you could give to someone. You know what it is? You know what the most powerful gift is that you can give anyone in your existence? Your time and attention. That is the biggest signal of value that you can give to anybody. And you know why it's the biggest signal of value that you can give to anyone? Because time and attention are finite. You can never get back the time that passes. And so if you decide to invest time and attention in somebody at Christmas or throughout the year, that is the ultimate signal of value that you can give to anyone. Not some meaningless piece of shit gift. Some gifts will be valuable. As I've already said at the beginning, I don't have a fundamental problem with good thought being put into a gift, money being invested, care being taken, and a sincere signal of value being given towards someone who you care about. No problem with that. You can do that through giving gifts. But if you are involved in this meaningless cycle of gift giving, you really need to think, why am I doing this? Have I been psyoped by 21st century culture, by the big retail outfits, that I need to go and spend my money, get into debt, because I'm using my credit card so much in order to buy worthless crap to give to people, just so that you can try to earn, not even earn, just so that you can try to steal some cheap esteem, some cheap credibility. Because you know what that is, folks? That is taking a shortcut. It's lazy. It's fucking lazy. Lazy. It's a lazy, arsed way to signal value to someone, to get them a meaningless gift. Lazy. And anybody who's tuned in will be able to pick up that that gift means zero. Zero. Let me tell you what I value most. And it doesn't matter if it's Christmas or it doesn't matter if it's the middle of summer on the 20th of June. I'll tell you what I value the most. I really value, there's nothing I value more than somebody giving me their time and attention. There is nothing that I value more than that. That is the ultimate signal that anyone could give me, is their time and attention. A sincere investment of time and attention. And you know the beauty of that, folks? You know the beauty of investing sincere time and attention into someone? You know what's so great about that gift that you can give to people? You don't have to wait to Christmas to give it. You don't have to wait until Christmas to give it. You can invest time and attention into anyone you care about. You can direct that signal of value to anyone you care about at any time in the year. You do not have to wait to Christmas. And this is what happens, folks. This is what happens, and this is one of the driving factors behind this meaningless gift giving. I called it at the beginning of the show, hijacking this signaling mechanism, this signaling process. Why am I saying hijacking? I'm saying hijacking because you've got a whole bunch of people who haven't been investing time and attention in these people who they are supposed to care about throughout the year. And then what do? To try and make up for this worthless attempt at investing time and energy and attention throughout the year, they think, oh, all sins will be forgotten whenever I get this person a meaningless, worthless gift. Oh, all sins will be forgotten. And that now makes up for the absolute lack of time and attention that I have invested into the people who I'm supposed to care about, so I'll get them a shitty, meaningless gift. And then that'll paper over any cracks in our relationship. Well, you know what, folks? If you want to live your life that way, that's fine. It will be you who has the guilty conscience, because you see that person who you are not investing time and attention into, and you're getting them a worthless gift at Christmas in order to make up for the fact that you haven't invested time and attention into them. Someday, that person will run out of time. Someday, that person will run out of time, and they will be no longer living on planet Earth. And so that's the thing that you have to remember, folks. Giving gifts. Why do people give gifts? They give gifts because supposedly it's supposed to be a way of signaling to the person to who you are giving the gift that you value them. But when you think about it, folks, what is the ultimate gift? The ultimate gift is your time and attention. Why is it the ultimate gift? Because it is finite. Someday, you will not have any more time and attention left to dedicate to people. And someday, the people who you most care about, the people who you most value, they will also run out of time and attention. And so when we think of Christmas, let us not be psyoped by 21st century culture, and by customs that we have, and by supposed obligations that we have when it comes to other people, and what the 21st century deems as an appropriate signal of value. Don't be psyoped. Don't be psyoped into thinking that you need to give gifts, physical gifts to people. That's not the only way you can signal that you value someone. Because that's the whole point of a gift. A gift is a way to signal that you value someone. The gift doesn't have to be physical. And in fact, an easy argument could be made that the most valuable gift of all that you could give to someone to really signal how much you value them is your time and attention. And do you know the beautiful thing about this, folks? You don't have to wait to Christmas to give people your time and attention in an authentic fashion. You can do it at any time of the year, and you don't have to wait to Christmas to do it. All right. So that's the first beef that the Bandido has when it comes to adults giving other adults presents. You can signal to people that you value them. No problem. If that means giving them a physical gift that you've put thought into that's actually applicable to that person, and that you've invested the time and the thought and the resources into acquiring that gift, fine. No problem. You can do that. Don't have a problem with that. I personally don't have a problem with that. But if you are a hijacker and you are cutting corners because you've your little list of people that you feel obligated that you need to get presents to them, because it's the festive season. And you're just looking to paper over the cracks because you haven't invested in these people throughout the year. You haven't invested your time and attention in these people, and you think a little meaningless gift is going to make up for that? Well, you are deluded and a dipshit, because that's not how life works. And someday, folks, you will run out of time and attention, and the people who you care about will run out of time and attention. And so we should maybe start to rethink, what is the most valuable gift that we can really give to people? And the most valuable gift that you can give to people, an easy argument could be made, is not only your time, but your full, sincere attention to that person. That's the biggest gift you can give. And that ain't limited to Christmas time. You can do it at any time throughout the year. That's what's so great about it. And you see, if you do it throughout the year and you're consistently investing authentic time and attention into the people you most care about, and you are signaling to those people that you value them so much that you are willing to give up your precious, finite time and attention, that is quite the signal. That is quite the signal. If you are investing sincere time and attention into people throughout the year, that is one mighty signal that you are sending to the people on the receiving end of that. And then you know what happens, folks? A funny thing happens. Because you see, when Christmas comes around, guess what? You don't feel obligated to give anyone anything beyond what you've been doing throughout the year. And so the sense of obligation and duty that comes with purchasing gifts and physical items, that disappears, because you know that you haven't been cutting corners throughout the year. You've been investing consistently your time and attention in the people you most care about. And those people who you most care about are keenly aware of this. They know that you've been signaling to them throughout the year that you really value them. And you don't need some shitty little gift that you've purchased on New Year's Eve to try and prove that. And that's the big lesson.